You and I are living in a lie. You and I are truth, not this mental matrix they've constructed for us. Good place to start. See, materialism literally tries to take the territory and pull it out of the map, and you can't do that. Obviously, it replaces the territory with the map. When quantities arose in the early days of science, they were used as descriptions of a qualitative world, descriptions of our experience of the world. Remember the suitcase or package or whatever weighing 50 pounds that we used yesterday? Well, just a different version is 50 pounds versus 5 pounds. Just a description of what you're about to expect, what you're about to experience. That's how quantities came into being. That's how pounds, feet, hertz came into the picture. They were descriptions of experience. So what we're trying to say is that the quantities are the map, a description of the territory, not the thing in itself, which materialism says it is. You guys, this isn't even me being conspiratorial, it's the truth. Something weird took place in the 19th century. Certain people, very influential in the intellectual elites of the world, started putting forward that the quantities, the descriptions, precede the thing in itself. That the quantities precede the thing described. That the map precedes the territory. And that's not truth, you guys. You guys, it looks good and it makes sense, and, you know, that whole, like the whole idea that this has standalone existence, this pen, it makes sense, of course, because it's outside of my body. And you guys, obviously people like that before the 19th century used to think like that too, but their brains were warped by religion. Then it became warped by, like, science. Science is no differently dogmatic today than religion was back then. You guys, Einstein didn't like entanglement of particles. He called it spooky action at a distance, and he said hidden variables must be the case for it. Well, 90 years later, dude, unacceptable. Hidden variables is the same thing as the invisible man living in the clouds. Materialism is bullshit. They've made a mental matrix for all of us. You guys, and this is to them, to physicalists, scientists, materialists, this is known as the hard problem of consciousness. The inability to explain consciousness from matter. Or better yet, the inability to explain why we can't pull the territory out of the map. Bro, you have an inability to explain consciousness from matter because consciousness doesn't come from matter. Matter appears from consciousness. There is no such thing as matter. Even a staunch materialist will tell you they've never discovered matter yet, but give them a few more years. Ask Christoph Koch if they've identified a specific neurological signature of consciousness. Until tomorrow.